Hey you guys, welcome to another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Have an amazing week. Today is Thursday, so we're going to be wrapping up this week soon. So a couple of things are on my mind this week, and one of the things, I have a message, definitely have a message for somebody. Like previously, like as I said before, we're in a time of preparation, but also this is specific to people who are also about to experience their breakthrough into their next level. So usually, what I've noticed is usually right before you're about to um, get breakthrough, get into your next level, what tends to happen is that you'll find yourself in a lot of chaotic situations. You'll find yourself, well, it seems as though that's what it is. You'll find yourself also facing a lot of opposition, a lot of things from the past coming up. People from your past will actually come back up, resurface. A lot of disturbance, a lot of noise. Um, and it's just, it's just interesting how it all seems to kind of happen all at once. And it's right at the brink of your breakthrough. And it's this time that you really want to quiet the noise as much as you can. You really want to stay mindful. You really want to stay prayerful. And also start to get to recognize that, opportunities that come up out of the blue, suddenly people, friends, people from your past, acquaintances coming back into your life now. And if you're not careful, you can actually make the mistake and think it's an opportunity. Like, this is the breakthrough, this is what you've been waiting for, yearning for, and all these things. But really and truly, it actually isn't. Um, it's all just, I don't want to say test, but it literally is. It's all just test, right? Because a lot of the times you've already the time and place and situation and season that you're in, you've been preparing, you are ready, but just again, like as you're about to make it to your next level, there's tests that have to come to see, like, like everything that you've learned along the way, everything that you were supposed to learn in that particular season. um, have you acquired all the knowledge? Have you applied it to your life correctly? And now, can everything all come together, align up, and can you now make the best decisions from your higher self? So everything, that all the lessons that you've learned, um, can you now put it into practice and now make better decisions from, like I said, a higher standpoint, right? Because again, it's all, anything that you're going through, it's not for the, you're going through it in the present time, but those lessons are not for the current time, it's for your future, right? So, but in order for you to get to your future, you got to pass through the levels. It's no different than when you're going through school and you're going up from level to level, right? There's a series of tests that you have to go through. There's modules that you have to go through. There's stuff that you need to learn at that specific level. It's no different when you're walking in your day-to-day life, and especially on your spiritual journey, right? Because life is very spiritual, but there's things that you have to learn along the way too, and there's knowledge and tools and skill sets and mindsets and ways of thinking and doing, um, that need to be higher than where you are at. So again, in this season, whoever this message is for, pay attention to the distractions, pay attention to the people who are coming back in your life, pay attention to opportunities that present themselves to you, because like I said, some of these things may not be from God. Some of these things may absolutely be from the enemy to kind of get you off track again, right? To get you so distracted that you're not even doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing what you were called to do. You're not being obedient to what God has told you to do. And also another thing, what I would urge you guys also in this season, of just being mindful of all the distractions that surround you. Also, pay attention to even the old feelings that come back, the old ways of thinking, old ways of doing. A distraction, it's not just going to also come in a form of people or situations, places, things. It's also yourself, the things that you have struggled with in the past. Um, that now kind of almost resurface itself, right? So if you've struggled with anxiety, if you struggled with fear, if you struggled with low self-esteem, if you struggled even with, like, let's say, being motivated, being lazy, putting things off, procrastinating, like, pay attention, because these things will come back up now, right? Because um, you're about to hit that breakthrough, but right before, like, you got to push yourself. You really got to push yourself. And so, like I said, it's a lot of distractions, a lot of noise. So be mindful of that in this time. Um, and just know that you're still on the right track. Just know that you are still in alignment with God. And it doesn't mean that even if things may seem very chaotic, or you may have doubts all of a sudden that kind of resurface, it doesn't mean that you're out of alignment with God. But it's just also for you to stay even more connected to God, to stay in your prayer closet, to stay mindful of God. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of God. Always making sure that you ask for confirmation from God. Like, is this from God? Um, so you definitely want to do that during this time right now, and continue to prepare, continue to work on what you're supposed to do. And also, one last thing, I'm just getting like a memory, just to say this. It's also, don't compare yourself to others. Don't look at other people's journeys and now start to doubt if what the Lord has told you is even correct, because you don't even see the fruits of what you think is supposed to happen. You don't even see the fruits of your labor just as yet. So you can also fall into a trap, and you may also start to wonder if what you heard God say is correct, or you may even start to wonder, um, the promise that God has for you, the vision that God has for you, the journey that God has for you. You may start to doubt all of that, right? But now is not the time for you to doubt that. Now is not the time for you to start comparing yourself to others, and comparing how much somebody else has, or how far along they are in their journey, right? Because also the Lord commanded them to do something, and it may look very different than you. And also now is not the time also to um, start seeking advice, start seeking for confirmation from other people, right? Because also you have to recognize that the Lord told you something. The Lord gave you a vision, and that vision is for you, not for everybody else. Because a lot of the times also people might not understand your vision. People might not be hearing, and it's most of the time people are not going to know what God has told you. People are not going to know that, or may not even understand just to the magnitude of where God is taking you. So your journey is your journey. It's personal, and it's between you and God. So now is not the time to start asking people what God has told you, what they think you should do. No, you go back to the Lord and you seek confirmation. And like I said, get back in that closet with God. Pray, reach out to God, talk. And if you still are not sure, if you still haven't gotten clarity, then you be still and you wait. Wait for God. In this season especially, because like I said, this season is the time now. A lot of people are going to be experiencing breakthrough for their vision and the call on their life. So now is not the time to get distracted. Now is not the time to pay attention to what's going on in the world, because there's a lot of noise, lots of noise. But also, as there's lots of noise in the world, personally, close to home, pay attention. Pay attention. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. All right, you guys, with love. See you in the next video.